Hi everybody. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about purposes. At the start of every one of your formal speeches that you turn in to me, I need to see at the top of the page the general purpose, the specific purpose, and the central idea. Folks, from here on out, I am not going to be referring to it in its formal name. I am going to be calling it the GP, the SP, and the CI. What the GP, SP, and CI do is help the instructor see where you have gone with your thesis evolution. Because really what the central idea is your thesis statement. Now, some books call it a preview statement, some call it a thesis statement, some call it a central idea. It just varies upon which books we're using. So I'll refer to it in its old term as the CI. But now let's talk about the GP, SP, and CI. So they need to go at the top of your formal paper that you submit to me. And we're going to take each of them one by one, talk about them, and then see how they operate and work. So here we go. So we start off with the GP. You have a choice of 3 different GPs. It could be to inform, to persuade, or to entertain. And I'm going to let you guys know right now that your homework for tonight is going to be a speech that's going to be to inform. Now, if you're taking my summer class, you're just going to be giving a speech to inform and a speech to persuade. If you are taking me in the fall and in the spring, well, it's a game changer. You would give 2 speeches to inform, 1 to persuade, and 1 to entertain. Because these are little 2-word phrases, there is no period needed whatsoever at the end of it. So remember, no period. If I see a period there, I put a little cross over it, like no, and it looks like no eyeballs, or something else, but we won't go there. All right, now let's jump to the SP. The next one is your specific purpose, the SP. Now, this one piggybacks off of the GP. What do I mean by that? Well, very quickly again, it's a sentence fragment. It's getting bigger. And again, no period at the end, but you are going to use this underlined form all the time. Sidebar, you don't have to underline it in your paper when you turn it in to Canvas. But everybody is going to have to inform my audience about ... and then you will fill in the blank. All right, so that is your GP and your SP. Again, they are all phrases or sentence fragments, and because they are all phrases, no period at the end of it. Okay, guys, so you got that one. I'm going to get out of this done, and now we're going to go to the next slide. So now we are going to get to your CI. I'm going to mark it, and here we go. So your CI is really your thesis statement. It is now going to be one fancy elevated sentence, which means, yep, you get a period. I do not want to see the phrase to inform my audience about, like COVID-19. When I see that, that's an SP. It's not a central idea. It's not a thesis statement. So you're going to create one well-written thesis statement that is going to be coming from or encompassing the main points of your speech. Now, in a 5 to 7 minute speech, which is what you guys are going to be giving, you are going to have anywhere from 3 to 4 main points. And I need to see those 3 main points within your thesis statement. Why? Well, let's go back to listening skills. A good listener and a good speech maker are one that are able to identify the main points. So when the speech progresses and it's being delivered, the audience, as they note take as good listeners, can go, oh yeah, now I have to start to note take. They're talking about this main point. Okay, just to clip a little notes. Oh, look, they're switching. They're moving to the next main point. I'm going to write that down. So that's really important that you have your thesis invite or bring in, or you write about your main points. So let's go ahead and do one together, shall we? So we're going to brainstorm. This right now is all me and how I brainstorm. And we're going to walk it through because this is going to be the basis of your homework tonight. So I love Disneyland. It's a small world. I absolutely love Disneyland. I live in Burbank. Burbank is like the Disneyland hub. It is the main mecca of Disneyland. It is the brain of Disneyland. And because of that, I live in a Disney world. My dad is a retired Imagineer. I've been going to theme parks for a long time, so I love Disneyland. So we are going to do it on Disneyland. Okay. So I know I want to give it on maybe the different worlds, although I really should have written lands. The different lands in Disneyland. So we're going to do it on the different lands in Disneyland. Since I'm giving a 5 to 7 minute speech, I'm going to have anywhere from 3 to 4 main points. And ironically, for this speech, I am rolling with 4 main points. So I know Roman numeral number 1, I want to talk about Fantasyland. Roman numeral number 2, I'll talk about Tomorrowland. Roman numeral number 3, I'll talk about Frontierland. And Roman numeral number 4, I'll talk about Adventureland. So based upon all of this stuff in here, I'm going to start to write my GP, SP, and CI at the top of my paper. So my GP is really easy. It's just to inform, but no period at the end of it. My SP is to inform my audience about the different lands in Disneyland. Notice how it's very broad, but it still is encapsulating what I'm going to talk about. And then I get to my thesis. Da, 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 da. And my thesis is, Disneyland is a magical place for many people where you can feel like a child again visiting Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Frontierland, and Adventureland. So that was just kind of a little quick one. Okay. So I'm done with this. Done. And we're going to kind of see, sorry, I'm zooming you through my notes. But here's a sample speech from a student. This is actually in your files. No. Done. No. You can watch me mess up. Done. Markup. Duh. Okay. So this is actually located in your files. It is how to travel outside of the United States as a sample informative speech. And if you see at the top, that's exactly what the student did. They issued the GP, SP, and CI to inform my audience about how to travel outside of the United States. Notice the general and the specific purpose, how they're formed, and then you get to the central idea. If you want to travel outside of the United States, there are some important factors you need to do in order to make the trip a success. Roman numeral number 1, apply for a passport. Roman numeral number 2, book your transportation. Roman numeral number 3, make your hotel reservations. And Roman numeral number 4, have a plan. So that was the student's 4 main points that was found within the thesis statement, and you could actually see how it plays out within the speech. But that's in files. And tonight you're going to have homework. You're going to go into the assignments and you have a GPSP-CI assignment. And I believe it's on Hawaii. What to do when you're in Hawaii. All right, folks, that's it. Have a good one. Bye.